Yay. It's good to be here. It's interesting. I'm used to doing these in the morning. So I was like, oh, I should go get my cup of coffee. And I'm like, but it's like nighttime and I don't really drink coffee at nighttime. And hi, Julie. Hi, Jennifer. You love the pink? Thank you. It's got it fresh in this morning from the magical Chris, my hairstylist. We did a lot more like white tips this time. It's kind of fun. Hi, Joyce. Thank you. I love it. I love playing with hair color. It's really fun for me. So those of you that are brand new to joining us on these Thursday Facebook Lives, we just kind of have conversations about magic. If you guys have any questions, you can ask me. Anything I can contribute to facilitation on with you. And here we go. Let's have some fun. So we had a few people write in some questions. Oh, and just to warn you, I am going to keep this. I try and keep these to 20, 30 minutes. Sometimes I go over, but today I'm going to be a good girl. I'm going to stick to the 20, 30 minute mark because I have something else coming up later today and I have to be ready for it. So let's see if I can behave. Hi, Leonie. Hi, Ivan. Oh, you like it, Leonie? I like it too. It's awesome. Really beautiful color. Okay, so here's a great question. So someone wrote in about having the willingness to receive from their teammates, their spirit guides, their angels, and I'll add beings of light. Hi, Rose. Yeah, so let's talk about willingness for a minute. I've had people ask before the question like, well, what would it take to be willing? Which is funny to me because the way I see a willingness is a choice. So that would be like, what would it take to choose to do something? Well, it takes your choice to do something. So a willingness to receive is part of it is to look at, so what comes up when you go to receive? What comes up? Is it fear? Is it lies? Is it limitations? Like what comes up that doesn't allow that willingness to be as easy as, okay, sure. Like if someone is coming to give you a hug, you either allow them, you're willing to receive that hug, or you stop them. So if a teammate, an entity, whatever you'd like to call them, would like to gift to you, you can either receive it like you would a hug, and that's the willingness, or you can put up your hands and be like, no, actually, you don't get to do that. So vulnerability, cool. Tracy says vulnerability. There's such magic and potency in vulnerability. And absolutely that space of receiving everything and anything, because vulnerability is that open wound. It is no filter. It is receiving everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, and having no judgment of it. Receiving it and allowing it to go through. It's not holding on to anything. It's not allowing things to come up and stick you and hit on your walls, because in true vulnerability, there are no walls to stick to. So willingness to receive from your teammates. Really, truly, it is just a choice. It is you allow it to gift to you or you don't. There's no secret recipe, but what you can start to look at is what are the insane points of view that come up when you go to receive from it. And when you can identify those insane points of view, clear everywhere you bought them as real and true, and then choose to receive anyways. And sometimes that's part of the change is like, okay, I'm scared and I'm going to choose to receive anyways. I recall the first time receiving kindness from a man after I had been in a dynamically abusive relationship, everything came up. Like all my fear, all my reference points, all these lies and these ideals and ideas. And I had so much come up, and I was like, I have a choice here. So I can let all the stuff that's up, all the stuff that's between me and receiving this kindness, I can let this stuff control me. I could let it limit what's possible here. I could let it reject this man, or I can choose to receive it anyways, even if it feels like I'm going to die. And for me, part of that receiving it, even though, like letting it in uncontrolled, even though it felt like I was going to die, changed something for me. And it changed for me on all aspects of receiving. So what have you decided is going to happen if you receive from your teammates, if you receive from the beings of light, if you receive from consciousness? And would you be willing to choose it anyways, even if it feels like you're going to die? And when you don't die, you are going to reclaim, re-own, and you're going to acknowledge something that is so powerful and so beautiful that you may never even had this lifetime. I know I didn't. So whatever that is for you, whatever comes up for you when you get to that vulnerable place of receiving from your teammates, receiving from magical creatures, receiving from conscious beings, whatever comes up for you, what if you're willing to choose to receive it anyways? I have some thank yous, some wows, amazings. Hi, Twy. Hi, Sebastian. Okay, next question. Let's see. Oh, this is a cool question. What is the relationship between gratitude and magic? And then how are you, Cassy, having more ease with your magic? I love that question. Yeah. So my sense is true receiving has to have an element of gratitude in it. To like fully receive something, there has to be an element of gratitude in it. So to receive magic from external sources, to receive your own magic from internal sources has that element of gratitude in it. And gratitude is, so we know plants, right? So you have a plant, and like you have like your little baby plant, and you want your plant to flourish and grow and be strong and get bigger. And gratitude is that nurturing nurturance that's required to gift to your magic that will allow it to grow. And so as your gratitude for yourself grows, your magic will grow. And as your gratitude, as you infuse gratitude in your receiving, and that's receiving the good, the bad, the ugly, not just the judgeably light and delicious things, to actually receive in gratitude all information, all awareness. Hi, Marina. You made it. It's after midnight. Oh my goodness, woman. I'm so sorry. We're normally earlier, and I had to get my hair done. So I had to change the time. I apologize. This was the only time I could get in to get my hair done. I'm so grateful you're here, though. I adore you. Yeah, so to answer that, and I love this question, the relationship between gratitude and magic, you can have them independently, and when you like just get a sense of what is that for you. So you can have magic and not be grateful for it, but will you ever truly perceive it and receive it? Will you ever truly perceive and receive you and the gift that your magic is if you have no gratitude for it? For me, that's a no. For you, you might get something different. So check in with you and what's true for you. But my gratitude for the magic of the earth, I know nourishes the earth to become more magical. My gratitude for the magic of my children nourishes and feeds them to become more magical. My gratitude for the magic of my body nourishes and feeds it to become more magical. This is what I know is true for me. So yeah, I invite you to play with that. And even in asking this question, my sense is that you dynamically know something about it. So thank you for sharing. And so how am I having more ease with my magic? Magic is ease for me. So I'm only not having ease is when I'm refusing to be magic. I know some people, as their capacities increase and their awareness increases, it can be for them an intensity that they would say is uncomfortable and it's not easy. I don't experience a lot of that personally. For me, the more magical, powerful I become, the more ease I have. It's actually uncomfortable to not be expanding my capacities and my magic. And that's just kind of the weird workings of me. Leonie says, I asked my teammates to do a body process on my body and allowed them to touch me. Body required it and made it easier to receive and allow. Oh, that's beautiful. That's such an incredible invitation to Leonie of what's possible to receive from teammates and all these magical creatures that are just around us every day, hoping to gift to us, hoping to be received. Okay, next question. Sorry, I'm going a little fast today, guys. I have a bit of a time limit and you're really required to honor it. And I still want to have fun with you and see what's possible in this conversation with magic. Okay, so the last question is magic with bodies, receiving from other bodies. And just some gratitude from them. Thank you for this group. So, yeah, I love that question. And I love even the energies that come up with that question. So I'm an Access Consciousness certified facilitator. And that means I'm so lucky to facilitate a class called The Foundation, which to me is a magical spell book that we all get to take home at the end of the class. And in that book, you learn body processes. And Leonie just earlier talked about inviting her teammates to run these processes on her. So I've had the pleasure of facilitating these body processes in the foundation. I actually have also done just one day body process classes. There's like 50 or so that as a body process facilitator, we are licensed to facilitate. And one day when I was in foundation facilitating people working on each other's bodies, I started to tap into an awareness I'd never had before. And what I became really aware of was that this body, I need to make things quiet. This body here that was gifting to this body. Okay, so this body had something very unique to gift to the body that was receiving if the body and the being were willing to receive it. And because I walk around and I'll kind of just touch, I'll just put my hands on the bodies running the processes and ask, what could I be to contribute to this, to exponentialize this, to gift to these bodies? And then that awareness came and I was like, wow. I'm like, so there's something that this body can gift to the body receiving that no other body can gift. Whew. And there's something that this body receiving can receive from this body that it can't receive from anyone else. And that was really beautiful in the acknowledgement of the difference that we all are and the difference of all bodies. So then I started to ask, and so I noticed it with this pairing, and then I kind of tapped into like the people exchanging over there, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's going on over there too. Oh wow, that's going on over there too. I'm like, so we all have a unique gift of embodiment, us as beings, but us embodied, and our bodies themselves have a gift that they can give to a body that nobody else can. Wow, that's amazing. So then now let's look on the receiving side of it, right? Now the body's on the table and they're in this moment where they can receive something from the person touching them that they can't receive from anyone else. And are they choosing it? Is the being allowing it? And I was surprised at how many bodies were not fully receiving what was possible. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, everyone joining. So then I just started to invite everyone in the class. I said, hey, those of you that are receiving, and I recognize receiving is not something we're taught in this reality. I recognize for some of us, receiving is really hard. It was for me. It was a dynamic, I would say, oh goodness, maybe 4-year adventure till I got to a place where I actually started to get a sense that I was getting what receiving was for me. And my receiving was more than like a little trickle. So I recognize that. And I would never make someone wrong for having a smaller pool of receiving. But I did ask everyone on the table, hey, so those of you that are receiving, what can you receive from the bodies that are gifting to you right now that you can't receive from anyone else? And I noticed this ping. What? I can't receive this from anyone else? Then I better receive it. And it's funny because we're programmed that way, right? It's scarcity. If it's going away, if it's a limited time offer, we want it more than if we think we can have it all the time. If it's one body process in a million, one person in a million, or we're discounting maybe the person that is running the process on us, we have some judgment of them and their capacity to gift. Cool. But when you know in that moment, that's your one moment to receive something magical from another body, would you choose it? So what if every interaction you had with a body was that possibility of receiving something? Would you be more likely? Would you be a greater demand of yourself to receive? So I'm going to run a few clearings. And for those of you that are new, those of you that don't know the clearing statement, everything AsifByMagic springs off the platform of access consciousness. And in access consciousness, one of the tools that we use is the clearing statement. It goes right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 9 shorts, boys and beyond. And you can find out more information at theclearingstatement.com and watch a whole video with the co-founder of Access saying delicious words about what all of that stuff means. But I often just look at it like it's just some magic words that clear out energy in a way that I've never known anything else to do it. So would you be willing to have such receiving with your body and from bodies if you knew that what you can receive from them, you may never have a chance to receive again, at least this lifetime? Everything that is times a godzillion, we just ran and created, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Thank you, Alicia, for putting the clearing statement in there. So, magic and bodies. All right. So as people were running this body process and I became more aware of this, I started to look out into just my daily life and different things. You know, when you're around certain bodies, you might notice your body feeling differently physically. You might be more relaxed. You know, I know sometimes when especially my oldest boy, if he's lying down on the couch and I go and like just lie next to him, I not even necessarily have to be cuddled up to him. My body will go into such deep relaxation that I almost feel, even if I'm full of energy, like as though I'm going to go to sleep. It's a gift that his body just bees naturally that I can receive or I can refuse. So what if you spent some time this week and started to notice the bodies around you, what unique gifts, and not from defining or limiting, but just acknowledging what unique gifts do these bodies have that you have the choice to receive or you have the choice to reject. Because when you're being a gift, like it's not even that you're handing something to someone. It's not like, here, I'm going to give you a gift. It's you're being this energy, you're being this gift. So it wasn't that my son had come over here, Mom, and I'm going to cuddle you. I'm going to be this, I'm going to like do this energy that's going to create relaxation for you. It's just an energy that his body is. And so how much fun can you have exploring that with the bodies around you, with your partner, with your children? You have animals around. What are some of those unique gifts that those bodies be that you can receive, and start to notice if there are any of those gifts that you have been rejecting or refusing. And so once you've played there for a bit, would you flip it around and start to notice your own body? So I kind of like to observe, and that's how one of my learning techniques is to observe. So I will go and I'll sit next to someone and I will just start to pay attention to their body, what starts to occur. So sometimes I notice people, like their feet will start to kind of move. They'll maybe like start to like tap their fingers or sway a little bit. And then I'll ask the question, wow, so did their body just suddenly have a lot more energy in it just from me being next to them? I'm not doing anything. I'm not like tickle, tickle, tickle with my energy. I'm not trying to put anything in them. I'm not trying to take anything out. I just be that exuberant energy and the willingness to be that gift of energy. And then the bodies around me that are willing to receive start to change. That's so magical to me. And bodies truly are so magical to me. And that's just one of the many things that we're all capable of. So that's my invitation to you guys this week, is to pay some attention to the bodies that you interact with every day. Maybe new bodies. Maybe you're out for coffee and you notice the barista, how they interact with your body, what's going on there, and what their body can contribute to you. And what if you're just willing to like massively receive from all the bodies without a point of view, without a judgment, without a limit, and without even having to define it, but being willing to be that like that infinite receiving that you truly are and that your body would love to be. Yeah, body magic. Exactly, Farah. So, and please acknowledge your body's magic and the magic of the effect that your body has on other bodies. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, I do have to run. Thank you guys so much. I'm truly grateful for these Thursdays. I believe next Thursday we're going to be on time, which is 10 a.m. PST, and just having these magical conversations with magical people. And please feel free to write in your questions, or you can ask questions in live time during the Facebook Lives. But massively grateful, and I will I will talk to you all soon. Bye.